you got the Porsche 911, the car. Nice. FTO. Defender Land Rover. Love the Defender. It's so beautiful. You're welcome. You have a good day. Yo guys, nice Saturday morning. We're at Cars and Condos at Horsepower Farms in Powell, right next to Double Ohio, which is to me basically Columbus, Ohio, but it's Powell, Ohio. But a lot of dope cars here today, a lot of like nice builds, different stuff. We're gonna get into it today. It's mad early. It's a little quiet out here, so I'm gonna try to regulate my voice, but let's see what we can get into. Interesting. These are pretty, I always like these for real. I think there needs to be more wagons. This one's pretty dope. I like it. I like the stickers with the roof rack that he's got on top. It's nice. Got a nice little Golf R right here. Two-door. Love the wheels. Yeah, I never heard of it, but slotted rotors, okay. I like it. Dope. To me, these are like some of the heyday Volkswagens right here. You got the R32, beautiful R32. And I haven't seen an R32 in like a long time. Oh, this is nice. Super clean. Running the Volkswagen wheels. I don't know if these I think these are they're probably stock, I guess. I can't remember. My R32 history is not as good, but nice and clean. Yeah, this is dope. Then we got a Civic Type R right here. Blue Type R. I wonder if this the gentleman that I talked to last week. I don't know. I can't remember his license plate, but Type R, amazing machine. Turbo, you know, which is interesting now. Interesting convertible, just rolling it. Type R, interesting vehicles. So used to them being NA for so long, and you know, I know the turbo motors can hold a lot of power, and it's just interesting to see the new era of Hondas that is, I guess, more turbocharged than all motor. Got the BMW wagon. All right, BMW guys, you're gonna have to help me out a little bit here too, okay? Like this intake looks super duper expensive. I know how BMW parts are, and it's all carbon. It's a huge intake to the inline six. That's sort of kind of crazy. Like, what the heck? Oh, okay, inside it has like the filters. Yeah, this is dope. I always like the wagons. Oh, okay, hold on. Before I said that, you got the stop tech brake pads or brake calipers, and probably brake pads too. Slotted rotors. The wagons are just so dope, man, because like they give you almost everything you want. Like he's got the kid seat in there. Like, yeah, man, and it's 6-speed too. Is it 6-speed? Yep. It's so beautiful.
Did I show you what my daughter?
Then we got a nice C43 AMG, lightly tuned, or maybe heavily tuned. To be honest with you, I can't keep up with the Benzes nowadays. Since I try to keep up with so much Japanese stuff, it's interesting, but I definitely have to admit, or I think I might say that probably Mercedes-Benz probably has the best interior for the amount of money you pay for the car. I mean, not that they're cheap or anything, but they always come through with the interior. I don't think I've seen a Mercedes-Benz interior for years that I was like, oh, this is not it. Then we got the Porsche Boxster. I've been saying this for a long time, is that the Porsche Boxster is an interesting vehicle because I don't really know the Porsche market right now. I know 911s with singers, of course, because singers are just like astronomical prices. and they are re-engineering the whole car, every part, every piece. So the power to weight ratio, I think a lot of the cars are under 2,600 pounds, 2,700 pounds, and you're talking about 5, 6, 700 horsepower. Like, it costs a lot, but it definitely does give you supercar performance. But the Boxsters, like, they're interesting vehicles because I always sort of liked them, but I think when I had my S2000, I didn't really appreciate them as much as I should have, and I sort of kind of looked at them in a certain light. But yeah, I think that they're going to appreciate and value in the future, and I think a lot of people are going to really like respect Boxsters more than what they sort of kind of have in the past. Now we have a Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. This is nice. It's just beautiful color. The Carrera 4S. 6-speed too. Yeah, this is perfect with the yellow gauges. Beautiful. Okay, FJ Cruisers. Now this is a TRD version, I guess, or is it just TRD parts? I don't think the FJ Cruisers ever came TRD. I could be wrong, but somebody let me know if the FJ Cruisers did come TRD. But this is just straight off-road kitted out. He got the TRD wheels. Beautiful with the big, chunky. What size is these? These are 285 width, 75R. 16 inches, so 75R, man, that's a tall tire. Off-roading. He's got the roof rack. I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. Oh, it's vehicle tints, so you can probably, maybe, I don't know if it's manual or, nah, it looks gas shocks right there, so you can pull it up and make a tint on top of the FJ Cruiser and pull it out onto the side of it and tint it in. Look, you got the snorkel right here, so he won't suck in water when he goes off road. Like, I always loved the FJ Cruisers. I really wish they would have made a 4-door of this generation. I don't think that they did, but this FJ Cruiser is nice, and I know the prices have been going up a lot on FJ Cruisers. Like, I don't even want to know what the prices really are. Then you have the GT500. I don't know who doesn't like a Mustang GT500. Actually, there's one guy I know that he said he hates Mustangs, which is crazy to me, but GT500 is just beautiful. Right here we have a Toyota 86. Nice cars. These cars is very needed in the industry, especially in the Japanese world, because there wasn't really an affordable rear-wheel drive cars. I mean, I don't really know what the prices are now in 2025. I haven't checked on the new ones, but it looks like it's lightly modded, more so for grip. Nice ride height. Got Apex wheels on it. Slotted drilled rotors. 6-speed exhaust. I don't know if it's fully or just catback. Oil temp gauge. What else in there? Nice ship knob. It says R. I don't know what brand that is, but it looks like it's a grip focused car. Okay, right here we have some more Mustang Brothers Shelby. We have a GT 350. Ooh, nice. The GT 350s to me, and I'm not a Mustang aficionado or anything like that, especially from back in the day. I know the different models if I've seen them, but I couldn't tell you like all the different types that were competing in certain classes of racing and the history of different teams that use Mustangs to race. But for me, for the most part, this new GT 350 in the last couple of years and GT 350R really, to me, solidified like Mustangs being on the same level of like Porsche 911s. And I mean that in the sense of performance and even looks. It's a beautiful car. Like, if anybody doesn't think that this is a beautiful car, I don't know, maybe you don't have a pulse, but this is a beautiful car. And just the design, the body, it's just everything is just, they nailed it. The AP2 Honda S2000. I had an AP1, so I'm very familiar with this car. This is a legendary car in the Japanese world, of course. AP2, they changed a couple things. It's an AP2 instead of AP1. AP1's first generation S2000. I think in Japan it came out in 1999. In America, I think it was 2000, if I'm correct. And so the S2000 is actually a 90s car too, which is crazy. A lot of people don't think about it, but this is the AP2, and you can tell the second generation, or I guess you would say the facelift, is because the headlights on the first gen, well, the first before refresh, I would say, it is straight solid orange, but this one has a circle, bigger orange circle and a smaller circle, and it's not covered, so that's how you know it's an AP2. The front bumper is different. And what else? The tail lights are a little bit different. They're revised, and the back bumper is different, and it came with bigger rims, if I'm correct. Or maybe they were, I don't know, I can't remember if the AP ones were 16 or 17. I think they were 17. Something, maybe it was rim design or wider tires. It could have been that. And a couple of other things that they changed. They changed some suspension parts. The AP1 is known to be a little tail happy, and so they tried to tighten that down a little bit. And I can't remember exactly what they changed in the rear suspension. They changed a couple things, but in the rear suspension was the most significant thing. And I think they changed something to do with the camber or toe, or the length of the toe arm or the camber arm, something like to that extent. And it sort of kind of made the AP2 a little bit more, less tail happy and a little bit more controllable. But I mean, all S2000s are well balanced cars. And then also the AP2 version came with a 2.2 liter F22C. This is interesting. I don't really know too much about it, but I don't know really what to say. Actually, before I go into this, let me go in the back and look, because this is super duper custom, it seems like, to some extent, and I'm not really like proficient on my Dodge culture. It says drop top customs convertible builders. So I don't know if the gentleman that drove this in is the builder of this, like he does convertibles, or if he just wanted a convertible of it and then he went and got it converted. I don't know for sure, but yeah. Now I know what you guys are going to say. Some people still hate the grill. You know, like, this is what I'm going to say about it. Not my favorite BMW grill, of course. I think if you're going to get that grill, black is probably the best color to sort of kind of hide it. But everything else about this generation, I like the taillights, I like the wheels, I like the interior, like beautiful turbo Porsche 911. Still trying to figure out all the generations. Like, I ain't gonna front, like the last couple of years when I first started to really learn about Porsches, I was like 992, 993, 993, 1.5, whatever. It was really confusing. And to some extent, it still is confusing. But beautiful car, interior is classic, like well balanced. The turbo cars have always been monsters. Beautiful highlight green, highlight yellow, highlight green Lotus Elise. Let's see. So this too is something that I'm not super duper familiar with, the different models. One of my friends has a 72D, which I know is like super duper duper rare. At least I thought that's what it was back in the day. But it's really interesting because that dash to some extent sort of kind of looks like a Toyota MRS, which is, I gotta do a little more research on that. But it's not like the Lotus was ever truly 100% about the interior of it. It was more so about the driving experience, and like not that much creature comforts, but just super duper pleasure driving experience. But this Lotus Elise is beautiful. Fighting Italians, the Lamborghini. This is nice, especially when it comes to convertibles. This year, if I'm correct, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they still came with, this was V10 years, like it's Huracan. So V10 years, they share, I think Volkswagen owns a certain percentage of Lamborghini, so they share the same V10, I think, with the Audi R8, if I'm correct. And I think it was a real game changer when it first came out. Then we have the Targa, a beautiful Targa, Porsche 911 from back in the day, Porsche 911E. So I don't know exactly what the E stands for, but I like everything about this. He's got the award winner. Okay. It's an award-winning car. Some show somewhere. Beautiful Targa. Wow, yeah. Like as soon as you get close to it, you smell the age of it. You smell the. It's a great smell. It's really nice. The interior is nice. Porsche always has had a balance of luxury to some extent and like purpose and simplicity, and I think that's why people love Porsches and the balance of them and the materials and qualities. Then you have the British, the Jaguar, or SVR Jaguar, was it the F-Type? Yeah, so I think when this car came out, it was one of those cars that Jaguar needed. Of course, you know, they still have to work on their bread and butter cars, their four-door cars, and now I think they're starting to dive more into the crossovers and SUVs to, you know, have a more, I guess, mass-produced car, or if it's not going to be mass-produced, something that they can make higher margins on and make more money. But I think the F-Type has always been an important car, and I think that it's beautiful, to be honest with you. And I think that the E-Type, which is my favorite Jaguar of all time, I think it is a good brother mate that can stand right next to the E-Type. There you go again, the new smell. So the old Porsche smelled so 70s, and this Porsche smells so 2025. It's interesting, different smells. But both beautiful smells nonetheless. New money, old money. New sports, old sports. It's a beautiful thing. Then you have another one, another Turbo S right next to it. Brother, which one would you guys take, the red or the bluish color? I don't know what kind of blue this is, but it's nice. He has the Club of America Porsche badge on the vents. And if you don't know, this is where the heat is like dissipated, or the heat comes out from the engine, because the engine's in the rear. It's a Porsche 911. It's in the rear. If you don't know, of course, a lot of people watching me be car guys, but some people might not know. I know that for sure. I know it's a Chevy, but I can't say I know what this is. And what's the first thing that sticks out? Look, come on, just beautiful, old school styling. Like you have the, I don't know who she is, the spirit of somebody on top of here, but we're gonna figure it out later. A lot of custom work. I don't know exactly what motor this is. I'm not really proficient with American cars or American muscle or hot rods. I know a little bit. I'm learning more, but I know Edelbrock intake right there. Is it an Edelbrock intake? Yeah, Edelbrock intake. Maybe some kind of like, I don't know, small block something, some small block Chevy, I guess. Maybe a LS, maybe? I don't know. It could be the original motor, but he's got the pinstripes on it. It's dope. What is this? Special Deluxe? I still don't know what it is. Look, old school air conditioner. This is what it was before you had air conditioner. So you would bolt up this device and then it would be routed into the car. And that was, hey man, that was the old school air conditioner. And you got the visors at the top. Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
That's old school.
We got the Daihatsu K-Truck or Kai Truck. In Japan, these are limited to smaller motors. I think they're limited to under 1 liter. Oh man, that RSX got a dog box in it. Okay, I hear it. I think these are limited to 1 liters in Japan. In Tokyo, there's not a lot of space, and you know, it's not like America in a lot of senses as far as like super duper space and stuff. So it's a luxury to have a regular sized car. So a lot of companies started making K cars or K trucks too, and they're super duper small, and they're catching on popularity in America. I mean, they've already been popular here, but like now people can actually import them. So you have this little Daihatsu truck, only 2-seater. I was actually thinking about getting a Suzuki K truck just to haul stuff, more like a Suzuki K van. And this is all-wheel drive. A lot of these are all-wheel drive Daihatsu Hi-Jet, and it looks like the Honda Acti too. So I don't know if Honda and Daihatsu came together and they rebadge engineering, and Honda made it, then Daihatsu used it. I don't know the history of it, but it's really cool. And they actually have all kind of different versions for the bed in the back, so you can make it. In Japan, they have dump trucks, they have like trash trucks, and they just change the back part of the truck. It's really cool. I love the wagon. Love the wagon. Beautiful. Very nicely done Monte Carlo SS. Always have a sweet spot for Monte Carlos. License plate says era ending, so maybe he's referring to Lotus switching up maybe to electric or something like that. Oh, this is a Mirror first edition, or maybe this is like the most purest one that he thinks that is going to actually exist in the future. Right here we have a beautiful Pontiac Grand Prix. Seems like original motor restored. It's just the perfect era in America where real metals and real materials that were something that was memorable when you touch it were real. This is the part of America when it comes to cars that I think a lot of people will always yearn for because of just the quality of the car and the economy, and just don't know if it can ever get back to the way it used to be. But excuse me. I don't know where to start on this thing. I feel like this is the type of build. I don't know the companies that do like Blazers or Broncos or trucks like this, but I feel like this is like a Singer type build in the Bronco world or the truck world, but I could be very wrong about that. Or the Blazer world too, I should say. It's a Blazer. But man, it's beautiful. Like, this is why I love Blazers. Got the Bilstein shocks, off-road, everything is repainted and black. Yeah, this is dope. How you doing? All right. Oh, sorry. Nah, it's all good. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is a Blazer right here, man. Not even going to pretend I know what this is, but this is a International Metro. It used to be a laundry dry cleaner van. I don't know what year, 30s, 40s, 20s, I don't know, but it definitely has that rat rod modification to it. I don't know if this is original or they did it like this, probably original, but it's slammed to the ground on airbags. Like, you could literally just walk into this thing. That's pretty cool. And then he's got the speakers on the back too. Pretty sure those weren't there back in the day. But yeah, this is nice. Then you got the Porsche 911, the car. Then you have a beautiful Nova. Nice little thick tires in the back.
He was so intimidated there. That's really cool.
I'm sorry. This one's nice. It's beautiful. I like the white on white wheels. A used Porsche Targa. I like the seats are still ripped. Maybe I need to keep my dash still ripped. But I like the mocha brown with the burgundy. Yeah, this is nice. Interesting, you have carbon fiber duckbill on the back of the window. Drilled rotors. Big Porsche brakes. 6-speed. Oh, nice. Okay, carbon bits around the headlights. Then maybe just carbon wrap on the hood. I don't think it's half carbon, half not.
Sorry about that.
Interesting 911. What is that, a Continental? Oh yeah, that's crazy. Porsche 911 right here. This is nice. So I don't, like I said earlier, I don't know the years. This is another nice Porsche. Like I said earlier, I don't know the different years when it comes to the front bumpers and how the front bumpers are different and the body styles, narrow versus wide body. I mean, I think most of the turbos were wide body and the ones that were not turbo weren't. But like I said, still learning about the Porsche world. Mitsubishi GTO, nice. FTO. You have the German quadruple, the German brothers, 2 Porsches. Now you have the Audi V10s.
It's like people are working playing the kid. Oh, I'm just snapping at you. We do a little video. No, don't blame my daughter. Right. Aw, yeah. Thank you so much. The sleeping pattern will change like every few months too. Yeah. I'm enjoying her a lot more now that she's like 6 weeks old. No, no little brother wake up. Yeah.
You will never find me riding it right.
The Red Express truck. Not the best with pickup trucks, but it's definitely a Dodge truck. See it in the grill. See it. Obviously, it says Dodge, but instant pickup truck. I don't know if I would ever build one of these type of trucks, even though they're dope. Maybe for if I ever had like a farm one day or something like that, then I would build one of these trucks. But city living, maybe not. But I would love to build a Baja racing truck at some point. That would be dope. Very nice 280Z. A lot of people feel some type of way about this generation because it was heavier than the 240Zs and 260Zs, and a lot of people felt like Nissan was going a little bit too much GT, Grand Touring, instead of straight sports like the 240Zs and even the 260Zs, but I still appreciate the 280Zs. The good old EF Civic that I actually used to have one. I had an SI. I had a stock SI all black. I forget what motor's coming out. Is it D16? I think it was D16 SI, and maybe it was even D50. My Honda people get at me, let me know, but this is a clean EF. Now, I came in the game a Nissan guy, so when I look at this motor, I know a lot of Honda motors, but I don't know exactly what motor that is, just off valve cover. I don't know. D16 maybe? I don't know for sure. But nonetheless, it's gutted. Roll cage. Ready for battle. Ready for track battle, street battle. It's nice. I mean, gutted like this, it's got to be, I don't know, 2,300 pounds maybe, 2,200, something like that. With driver, maybe 23, 2,400. Yeah, it might be even more less than that. Yeah, maybe like 1,900. Yeah, right. Maybe I need to lose weight. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Driver mod is on this side.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting how they do the Corvette, because it's supposed to be an affordable, everyday man's supercar. And this is a Z06, so, you know, yeah, this is, I wouldn't say affordable. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that a company starting off with a lower based vehicle, price-wise, material-wise, not hating on it, but just being honest, do you think that building up to a higher model and a faster model is better so people can somewhat afford it and you get more performance? Or do you think that they should start off with a more expensive base of a vehicle when it comes to interior materials, even the materials of the fenders, hood, things like that? Now this is a treat right here. Never got these in America. The Mitsubishi FTO V6 2-liter. Can't remember exactly how much it revs to. Let's see, it revs to 8,100 RPMs, 8,200 RPMs. Very Mitsubishi dash, but still cool though. Like, reminds me of Eclipse in a way. JDM pattern interior. These were front wheel drive. They weren't all wheel drive, but I also think that's what makes them unique, because they're definitely a different option than, you know, the typical Honda Civic, which is always a great option still, but and this is the FTO. I think the quickest version of this was the Grand Prix, or maybe I'm wrong. No, not Grand Prix. I'm thinking about another car. Was it GXP, or GPX? It's one of those, GPX or GXP. And then the lady I saw drive in, she put the GR symbol on there, so sort of kind of trying to update it in a way. Gazoo Racing, just like the new Corolla GRs, the whole GR family. First time I actually ever seen one in real life. It's nice. It's a 1996. I think this came with 190 horsepower, I think. Front wheel drive to the wheels, probably, maybe it's a little bit older, maybe not refreshed, maybe getting like 170, 175, something like that, but super duper rare, beautiful car. Don't see these anymore. The Lexus GSF. This was like the mid-size sports car rear-wheel drive sedan that I wanted for so long. And then, you know, I think this was when Lexus knew what they were doing, and last couple of years I think Lexus sort of kind of fell off when it comes to understanding what the market is and trying to adjust to the market, but I think they're starting to get it back. They're making a new, not an LF, no one really knows exactly what it's called yet, at least I don't know what it's called yet, but they're making a new supercar, not necessarily a hypercar. They're probably going to use the same V8 that they use in the LC, or maybe revised, but across the board. And yeah, man, I love these GSFs. Like, they're very slept on, and I can see them at some point, probably soon. I don't even know what the prices are. I haven't checked, but I can see soon that these things are going to be very, 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 very super desired and super duper duper expensive. The big body American Big Daddy Continental. We're back. I knew I would see you again. This is sort of crazy to me because this is sort of kind of what I want if I build a lowrider, and lowrider is on my list to build in this life. So if I was going to build a lowrider, it would definitely be this Continental.
You can buy it.
I know. Oh, this is your Continental. Oh,
I'm saying I put cards out.
yeah. This is
The last one I got.
This is amazing. This is beautiful.
So I had to put the old valve cover on this morning to get here because I was in the middle of putting a new set on that I painted. But like this, yeah, this is like really glossy, and that's not an original look. This is closer to an original look.
that looks right though.
But
Yeah.
once I paint everything like that, I'm gonna have to paint the top of that.
Yeah.
So, right. What year is it?
It's 65.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Defender Land Rover. Love the Defender. It's so beautiful. You're welcome. You have a good day. 911. Love the spec. Love the wheels. Awesome.
You taking a picture of that dog?
Yeah. Nice RSX Type S. Love it. More my speed to talk about. Got the work wheels. Probably got K20 inside, maybe K24, who knows yet. Love it. Slotted rotors. Carbon fiber trim. You can roll down the window a little bit while it's raining and still smoke. If that's what you're into. Love it. GT 500. Beautiful Mustang. Where do we start? Cobra Jet. Engine, Willwood brake booster. Man, a lot of money put into this track monster. Just beautiful.
Yeah, that's a Shelby.
That is beautiful. Just look at the back, man. It's just a special car, special time period for American cars, American muscle. Like, just even look at the bend, like the way that it curves in. Just the styling of it is. GT 500 with the Cobra. Beautiful. All right, we have an old school Chrysler for sale. I can't really read the name, but nice car. This is from a time in America where America was good. Everything was great. For some people. People were living good. Middle class was thriving. You had wood grain or real wood. Is it real wood? I don't really know for sure, but it looks that way. Wow. You got the roof rack, you know. We're living. We got a wife, we're in the suburbs. It's 19, whenever this car came out, what, 50s, 40s? And you're just living good. Yeah, this is an interesting time period. Porsche 911. Nice spec. Look like it's been driven, which I love. These cars were meant to move, you know. Beautiful GTO. Stored nicely. Seems more like an OEM build restore. Automatic. I don't know what automatic it is, and if it's 3-speed, 2-speed, 4-speed, probably not 4-speed. 2-speed, 3-speed automatic maybe? Got some more Porsches here. What do they call this? The A guy generation? Runny A guy? Still growing on me, but it's nice cream interior. we got a beautiful M3. You guys know this is one of my favorite M3s of all times. Like, it's a legendary M3. Beautiful interior. It's got the cage. You got the one Sparko seat. Seems like a nice street half/track build. I bet this is a ridiculous amount of fun to drive on the street. Got another BMW M3 E30, if I'm correct. One of my favorite years as well. Two-door. I know a lot of people that might have grew up in the 80s, early 90s. I know you guys love these E30s. I feel like this and the couple generations that I love, I feel like these were like really BMWs. Like, they sort of kind of had the Porsche effect where it was the perfect balance between functionality and like creature comforts, and it's just the perfect generation of an M3. And I sort of kind of wish BMW to some extent would go back to that, but who knows if they ever will. This is dope. Nice. So first, we have all the Porsches, man. We got almost all of them. Racing Porsches, 911s, 914s, 928s, which has been growing on me lately. Definitely know Porsches are preferred in the city, because everywhere you go, there's definitely a healthy amount of Porsches at every meet that I go to. This is a really nice condo right here. Okay, let's start off right here.
It's signed with the sign with the metallic. Everybody thought I got a new top.
Has it got a rough shifter? So that's rough. I don't necessarily know how special it is. Actually, I never knew if RUF ever modified this model. So maybe this is more special than what I think it is. I don't know. Rough rims? Yeah, maybe it is. This is beautiful. Then you have more super duper rare Porsches on here. You got a GT2 RS and another Porsche. You got a, looks like a yellow bird, but I think it's a real yellow bird, but it's just yellow. RIP McQueen, legendary car guy. You know, any movies, this is maybe one of the first guys in America that sort of kind of made racing super legendary in the car world. Then you have the Porsche Carrera GT. Very important car for Porsche. Hypercar, beautiful. Very hard to drive, very hard to tame. Unfortunately, Paul Walker passed away in this car with his friend that was a driver. I can't remember his name, but this is no joke. This is a very scary car at the limits. And you have to respect it, but the design and the craftsmanship from Porsche is just next level, man. Look at the honeycomb aluminum with the, I forget exactly what motor was in here. Was it a V12, I think, maybe? V12? Yeah, beautiful car. Porsche world. Super rare car, a Tesla R80. This was one of their first attempts at a sports car. Don't know the prices of these, don't know what they're going for now. Actually, I don't know how rare they are, but to me, I feel like they're very rare. I don't know if they used the Lotus Elise platform and then it was just converted, but beautiful car. And I really say that about Teslas. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think Teslas are a little bit on the bland side. with, I think Teslas are a little bit on the bland side with not much character from a design standpoint. You know, they could change my mind, but this one definitely like would be a Tesla. If I ever had to drive a Tesla, it would be this one. This I'm very interested in as well. Convertible. Is it a 365? Porsche 365 convertible? Speedster? Yeah. These things are beautiful. These are actually one of my favorite Porsches of all time. I know it's under the cover and I'm not going to ask them to bring it, but even just seeing those body lines is, you know, it's a good life when you're driving that.